Hello, I'm Will. I'm a part-time gold prospector based out of Illinois, and I recently purchased a Flower Gold Wizard Micro Cleanup Sluice, and we're going to test that out today. We're going to unbox it, assemble it, and run it with some fresh concentrates from the creek today. Right now I'm heading out to the creek to collect said concentrates, and it should be a fun day. And I can't wait. We finally made it down to the creek. So our primary focus today is to test out and check the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Gold Cleanup Sluice. I'm excited to see how that works. I like the sawtooth matting quite a bit. I watched the Flower Gold Wizard guy, Jason, and a lot of his beach videos where he uses that sawtooth, and several other people use the sawtooth, and it seems to work pretty good. So we're in a creek here in Illinois. We got Micro Gold like up north, like what Jason deals with, but I think we have less. So we're going to be pulling some concentrates out of a creek here in Illinois. So that should be a good test for the sluice. So let me flip you around, show you around real quick, and then I got to get set up and get running. So here's a look at the creek. We don't have any flowing water today, but we do have water. So we have an upper bench here with a lot of lighter gravels, but what we're going to be focusing on today and what we're going to be working are these heavier gravel deposit area. Just going to be grabbing some material from there and see what we can come up with. So today ought to be a real fun day. I can't wait to get started. I'll bring you back when I'm set up and when we're running. So see you in a bit. Okay, we got started. I finally got basically everything ready and going. I'm starting to work some material here, and let me show you a little bit of what we're digging. We have, if I got down to the clay layer, there's rocks and jumbled up mess, but there's like a clay looking layer down in here. As you can see, there's gravels, and then there's that clay layer that we like to try to work on top of. So that's what I'm going to be working. That's the kind of material, and I'm going to actually be digging right in front of the sluice, right at the start of this heavy gravel bar. Back in a bit. Alright, I'm going to fill up these buckets, filled up about halfway because my classifier only goes down halfway, so I'm going to dump all my materials in this tub, and then I can sit back and drink some water and enjoy the beautiful day while running the sluice. Okay, so I've ran a couple buckets and I put it all in this tub, and I'll get some close-up shots here, but this is my sluice that I'm running. Let's take a look and make sure she's running good. I do have a speed controller on this, so I can adjust the speed as I need, which I think I'm going to dial it back a little bit. See how that runs. Looks like everything is churning. Like I expect it to. So let's take you for a little closer look, see what's going on here. Now I do use an indicator mat, just some flooring, or just ribbed flooring mat, nothing special there. And then the rest of my system, in this case I'm using mother lode, gold hog mother lode, and then sawtooth, gold hog mother lode, and then sawtooth the rest of the way. Looks like I might have to increase the speed of the water a little bit. Let's do that. So I don't see any specks of gold yet, but that I'm sure we'll end up with some eventually. We've gotten plenty of gold here before. So when I come up with something, I'll be back in a bit. We got 2 buckets ran, and we're gonna see. We're going to do a cleanup and see how we're doing. Make sure we're on the gold. We may move around, not sure. The water's gotten a little bit dirty. We're just going to go over to the old speed controller. And let's see if we see anything. And yeah, let's see. I do see some specks of gold. Let's see, right there, and there. There's a few in there. So we are definitely on the gold. I think we'll go ahead and do an official cleanup and get a few numbers and see if we need to keep digging in this same spot or not. So we'll give it a shot. Alright, that's what we're left with. Let's see what we end up with. I'll do a quick pan, but later we're going to use the Flower Gold Micro Gold Cleanup Sluice. The Flower Gold Micro Cleanup Sluice. To get it all done, we're going to do a down and dirty version right here. Okay. You can see the black sands, hopefully. And let's see what we can do here. Well, there's one starting to show up over there. Well, there's one in the black sand starting to creep through. We'll start speeding this up a little bit. Well, we definitely got gold. About as much as I would expect from Illinois. We got probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a bunch of micros, 10. Not bad for a full bucket of sand, a full 5-gallon bucket of material. So I'm going to get ready and run some more material. Okay, well, we ran about, let's see, 8 half bucket fulls of concentrated material, well, classified material through the sluice. And we're calling it a day, at least as far as concentrates. Let me show you what we ended up. So we ended up getting 3 different runs. You can see the different layers. So we're going to take that material and take that material back up to the house here and work on running it through the Flower Gold cleanup sluice and see how that works. Hello! Just got back to the shop from a fun morning at the creek. I ended up running 4 5-gallon buckets full of classified material. I had a blast. It was a great day for it. A little warm, but we got through it. Got our concentrates here that I'm excited to see how much gold we got out of. This is Illinois, so we're not going to get a lot, but we definitely got gold for sure. And this is the exciting part of this day, is unboxing, assembling, and testing out the new the Flower Gold Wizard Cleanup Sluice. I'm excited, so let's begin. So we'll go ahead and unbox this. So it looks like it comes with a pamphlet. Micro Gold Sluice gives you instructions, the do's, the don'ts, how to assemble it. Got a Flower Gold Wizard sticker. And he ended up putting a Flower Gold Wizard scoop in. That's cool. I will definitely use that. So it looks like this is the header box. I've never used 3D printed products before, so this will be interesting. Okay, looks like everything's packaged and wrapped very well. Okay, so I'm going to take a minute from the video, read through the instructions, and so I assemble this properly. So give me a minute and I'll be back. Okay, so I got through the instructions, and the first thing it said to do was to lay it out so you get everything in the right order. This is a sawtooth mat, a 3D printed sawtooth design for the matting, and I guess there are different sizes, so you got to make sure you get the right pieces put in the right order. So it suggests use a towel, a rubber mallet, and to connect them in the right order. So it says, so we're supposed to take the header box in zone 1 section, and then we got zone 2 and zone 3. So we got a male and a female. We're supposed to take the zone 3 male part, put down on the towel, and then take our zone 1 into zone 2, fit it, oops, and tap it together evenly. Until it closes the gap. All right, there we go. That was a piece of cake. Now we'll do the next piece. We got zone 3 and we got zone 4 here. So we'll do the same thing. We'll just keep building it. And it does say to hit on both sides equally, so you're applying the right, so you're not putting more pressure on one side versus the other. So that's looking good. So we got one more section to go. We got zone 5 with zone 6 and zone 7. So we put the male and female together. I should have used a shorter table, I think, but we'll get it. So we'll okay, we got a good connection. Bravo. We got her done. And this, ooh, that fits in there real nice. Well, there we go. Now we can use it. It says to place it into a tub, which I have prepared right here. I will say this, when I watch the videos, I may have missed something, but I did notice after reading the instructions that it said that as far as hoses and connections, that you can use a CPAP connection, which I don't have, or a 1 1/8 inch bilge pump. That I would use on any of my 1100 gallon bilge pumps. So you can use that. I was under the impression that I could use a 3/4 inch, okay, because he mentioned using a 500 gallon per hour pump, which came with a 3/4 inch fitting, and I purchased a 3/4 inch hose. But getting the product now and actually reading the instructions, it requires a 1 1/8 inch hose. Just something to note. So I'm going to have to come up with an adapter or something, which is easy to do. So I'll come up with an adapter be able to hook this up, but I tried to follow Jason's videos as close as I could using a 500 gallon per hour bilge pump. I use C-Flow, but any of them would work. I have 1100 gallon pumps, but I'm trying to get as close to his process as possible. I'm going to have to correct my hose situation, and I do have a controller, a speed controller that I made. I just put it in a little box. It has a little meter that I just added a little battery meter to see the level of my battery, how much battery I have left. I use lithium batteries, and I got quick connects for all my pumps. It makes it so much easier. So the next step would be, for me, I'll get the correct fittings, get this set up in a tub, and then we'll start working on classifying the concentrates. I definitely have rocks, little itty bitty pebbles and rocks in here. Jason says to use, I believe, I've heard him say use 50 mesh quite a few times, but I've also heard 40 mesh, so I'm not sure, but I think 50 would be pretty safe. So we'll classify 50 out, run it through the sluice, and then we'll paint everything bigger, and we'll see how much Illinois gold we can pull out of this using Flower Gold Wizard's Micro Gold Cleanup Sluice. Can't wait. So we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so got everything classified now. I have classified it in 4 pieces, or 4 classifications. I have everything larger than 10 mesh, anything between 10 and 30 mesh, between 30 and 50 mesh, and then everything smaller than 50 mesh. So there's quite a bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll show a closer picture. Actually, let me get a little closer. You can see all the layers of black sand. There's little blonde still in there. But that's what we have left. So now we are going to, I'm going to readjust the camera, reposition the table, and we're going to finally run our Illinois gold, or Illinois concentrate through, and hopefully we get gold, which I know there's gold in it. I've already quick panned it. But we'll see how the Flower Gold Wizard's sluice stands up. I have no doubt it will do great. So we'll reconvene here. Okay. Please don't judge me too much on my setup. I just kind of threw something together, but over time I'm sure I'll have something a little bit sturdier and more professional looking. But I do have this angled, I do have this leveled out, and I'm running at about 5-degree angle. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's what I'm going to start off with. We'll put in a little bit of every miner's magic sauce, jet dry, and we'll get her set up. I do have a catch pan to catch all the material, so I could test that material out and see what kind of losses we have. So without any further ado, let's get this started. So I don't see any bubbles. I don't see any bubbles there, so I think we're hopefully good to go. And let's see, let me check the camera, make sure you got good angle. Alright, let's Well, looks looking good so far. Looks like the black sand's moving down. I may have to adjust that a little bit, speed it up, but I'll just let it go for now. So we'll throw another dab on and see where we end up. I might see my first speck of gold, possibly. We'll let that run for a while and see if it stays there. Or it's a white rock. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And I'm sure in the comments, maybe if somebody's used this system before, give me some pointers. If you see me doing something wrong, or if the information I'm giving, like the angle, and or if you have better luck with a different angle or speed, let me know in the comments. Looks like it's still exchanging. Okay, I got all the material ran. I've just been letting it sit at the same speed and to help clean out a little bit. I'm not sure if I need to be speeding it up or not, but I think I'll speed it up just a little bit just to see how that goes, and I'll watch the gold and make sure the gold's not moving down the sluice. As I see a group of gold there, one there, a speck there, one there. So if I start seeing it creep down, I'll know I'm going too fast. But we'll keep an eye on it. But I bet even if I keep the same amount, don't try to clean it out, that's still far less that I have to pan than normal. So I think this is wonderful. So I think we'll just call that good there. We'll shut it off. I'll pull this out so you can see to the left little bit there that I'll clean it out. A bucket of water down here already. And let's see how this goes. All right, that looks really clean. Nice. Easy peasy, nice and easy. All right, looks clean to me. All right, now, forgive me if I have trouble panning. I've never panned on camera before. So we'll see how this goes. I do have another pan here. Got a backup pan that I'll pan into. Okay, and this is the MineLab XP pan. I personally like it. Pans are personal preference, but this I really like because of the color. For me, I can see the gold better. We don't have to, there's not a lot of material left after that. So that cleanup sluice does a pretty good job of narrowing down your sand or your panning material. Oh, for gold starting to float. Let's put a little bit more water in there and make sure we got plenty of jet dry. Might have been a little too much, but that's all right. All right. Well, looks like, let me get this camera a little closer to the gold. hard to see sometimes. So there's the gold. Hopefully it's coming through. Maybe if I shine it in the light. There, that's a lot better. Not a lot, but it's Illinois gold. I probably have about 45, 50 pieces there. If you count them, can't hardly see them all on the camera. Well, hey, we had a great day. Enjoyed going out in the creek and getting some more material. It wasn't one of the hotter spots in that area, but it definitely had gold, and that's what I was going for. I wanted to go out. Always loved prospecting, but I wanted to get some concentrate material to run the Flower Gold Wizard sluice. So did that, got plenty of concentrates, and the main focus of this video was to run this, show people a little bit about this sluice, and show you what I experienced with it, which I had a great experience with it. I would definitely recommend this to anybody else that wants to help take their concentrates from, I think it was just under half on this container down to next to nothing, and it was very easy to pan out. Well, as black sand goes, I'm sure that the stuff up north that Flower Gold Wizard has, and anybody in Cape Disappointment over on the west coast, any of those heavy ironized black sand areas where you get a bunch of that means nasty stuff, I'm sure this type of tool would be invaluable, because I couldn't imagine panning out all that black sand on the beaches. So I could see having a tool like this, and for me this is going to be my new cleanup tool. I've used other tools and then basically just panning, but I'm very happy with this, and thank you, Flower Gold Wizard, for coming up with it. And I think the only thing that I had trouble with was the size of the hose, but that's on me. That's a self-education, that you wouldn't know that until you got the paperwork or you saw somebody else go through it. So hopefully some of the information I provided in this video will help somebody else, but I definitely would recommend others to use this if you do have a lot of heavy material, concentrated material, that this sluice does very well. I look forward to using it more often, doing some more tests. I haven't tested my tailings yet to see how many losses, but I will definitely do that. And if I do that before I post this video, I'll let you know how many. I bet there was probably a little, maybe a few pieces of some of the small stuff, but I feel pretty confident that this caught most of the gold. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. So I was finally able to pan out the tailings for my run, and we ended up we did lose a few pieces, which I was expecting. So I think the losses are acceptable, especially my first time running the sluice that I'm not familiar with. So let's take a look. So these are the pieces that the sluice did catch. There's 50 plus pieces. Definitely more. There are a lot of little micro pieces that you can't see, and the camera isn't really picking up, but there's definitely 50 plus there. And then what we lost, there's 5 little pieces, plus there's a couple little, even smaller pieces in there that I found. So I think that's pretty good. And I can definitely get those efficiency, the losses down by tuning it, learning it a little bit more. So I'm pretty happy with it. So that's I just wanted to share what we got and what we lost.